Now this is one of those annoying creaky staircases I was talking about, and I know we've all put up with one in the middle of the night at some stage, or you're trying to remember, was it the 6th step in the middle or the 7th step at the end? It's so easy to fix, there's no need to tolerate it. So I'm going to show you the 2 very basic techniques for fixing it. Now the first is you have to understand why creak is there, and it's as simple as this piece here at the top, which everyone calls a step, is called the thread, and this piece underneath it at the front is called a riser. And you get your creak in a staircase when a small gap appears between and you get the 2 pieces of wood rubbing off each other. That usually happens over time if those little fellas on the back, the supports, just crack off the wood with weight or friction or just use over time. They're very easy to replace. You just knock off the old one with a hammer and you'll have to cut yourself a little triangular piece of wood. Now when you get that triangular piece of wood, it's very important to drill 4 screw holes in it as pilot holes, because when you're putting screws in, you don't want to split open the wood. You also countersink the tops of the screws and don't tighten them up too tightly either. Now, in saying that, if this is our step, that's our thread, that's our riser, all we need to do is put some wood glue on the back of both sides of your wedge, like so. Now, all we have to do is put that underneath the step between the riser and the thread, like that, nice and firmly, and get our wood screws. Now these ones are countersinking screws because the top of them will sink slightly into the wood. We put those 4 fellas in, and then we go ahead and fix them into place. Now remember, when you're screwing these into place, not to go too tightly with them. Once you feel them go firm, the glue is going to do all the work. And another very important piece is get screws that aren't too long, because the last thing you want to do is screw this into place and then burst through the front where the thread is. So make sure they're just the right length. That's it. Put 2 or 3 on each step and it's all fixed. Job done. Now, if you're screwing directly down into an oak floor, for example, and it doesn't have carpet on top of it, then obviously you don't want to see an unsightly screw head. But the fillers they have nowadays are fantastic. This one, for example, is a cellulose-based filler. It means you can varnish over the top of it and the varnish will stick. It never loses its colour. I'll just show you. You put your screw in, you sink it, and then you rub in your wax, and it's virtually gone. Now you can paint over that. You can buy these in any DIY shops, and they're generally used for repairing laminate floors of scratches. Now, if you don't have access to underneath the step, say for example you have a downstairs toilet there, then pretty much the only way, and to be honest one of my favourite techniques for fixing a creaky staircase, is just to screw straight down through the thread into the riser. Unlike a nail, the screw is going to bite in and stay bit in. So here we go. Now, a good tip to remember when you are measuring in, don't go too far in that you end up coming out through the back of your riser or through the front of it. But basically it's as simple as that. Now all I have to do is either fill these holes or put back down the carpet. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, that's it from all of us here at House Fixer for this month. And for more information, log on to city.ie, and I'll see you next time.